Hey, what's going on, guys? So we're here watching the Gladiators versus Excelsior on map 2. Excelsior lost the first one to Gladiators on Busan, and now they are defending on Anubis A with, so we'll take a look at the comps here. Switch over to the pen. So on attack, we've got double sniper from the Gladiators, and we also have Orisa Hog. So no defense against an Orisa Hog from the Excelsior if they do decide to run one, but they're not, because there is no Mei and there is no Diva or Zarya. Zarya's bubbles also do defend against Orisa Hog hooks, halt hooks. And then Big Goose is going to be on the BAP, and then Zen is going to be Shaz here for the Gladiators. Now on the Excelsior, we're going to see the common thing that we saw last year with Junk and Roadhog on Anubis A on defense, or Junk and Widow, I'm sorry. And then we have Orisa with Mono, and then we have Diva with Meko. Meko going to be able to eat the halt hooks if he is in the position to eat them, which we will see. And then we have Jonek on Ana, and we have Animo on the Mercy. So right now, as you guys can see, if you look at the ultimate charges, Libero has 79% in, so we're at 339, like 21 seconds into the match, which is pretty crazy. So let's replay this, and we'll watch what Libero does here. You guys can take this into your ranked matches. How does he get? So he's shooting at this angle right now, like right against this wall. You'll see where they're landing. He's bouncing them right against this wall, so right at that little choke that they gotta come through when they go up the stairs. And he's just gonna farm. So yeah, that was a huge one because the halt got them all scrunched out there. Did you see that? And I was gonna get the pick on the Shaz as well. So starting off with a Riptire pretty early here. Let's see the defense matrix usage right there by Meko. Did he eat a halt hook? Because you're gonna want to use your defense matrix pretty much to eat halt hooks, and everything else is a distant second. Because halt hook is so strong right now in this meta. So let's see. No, he's not using it for halt hook unless I missed it. Oh yeah, the halt came in right there. So, whew. Yeah, the hog was there to get that hook. Meko would have been in trouble. So I don't like Meko's usage of DM so far. Some people might disagree with me on that, but I think that halt hook is just so powerful right now. Using it for anything other than halts is very risky, especially if Orisa has halt. So right now the amp is going to come out, amplification matrix from Baptiste. That's going to open up this whole area and help create space. So this whole line of sight onto this platform is going to be in control of the Gladiators. So you're not going to be able to battle against amplification matrix. You see up here, Libero is in this high ground, ready to get a tire to come down, and he's going to try to get a pick with that, obviously. But the problem is he's going to be in no man's land when he's done there, and we'll see how that pans out for him. Did you guys see that? I'm going to play that one more time, and I want you to focus on where Meko is. So I don't like Meko's play so far this game. Now, traditionally, you know, not playing against Hog Orisa, Meko might be okay going and scouting that that Hanzo there on the Mega and not conceding complete map control there. But here's the problem with that, and I guess this isn't completely Meko's fault, so maybe I was a little harsh there when I said I don't like Meko's play, because you know someone's got to do this role if they want to control map. But here's the problem: if you're going to do that, and this is good planning by the Gladiators, or just good game sense here, they see Meko as away, and then the halt's going to go in from Roar. So this is a very good halt. It's gonna get Jonek, and then the defensive matrix is just out a little too late. So if Meko was able to get back in time, but the DM came out just a little late, and you got to be right on point with these DMs, because if you do it just a split second late, it might seem like you should have ate the halt, but you don't. And so you see right there, even with that the halt being out there and putting the DM out, still wasn't able to eat it. Jonak goes down. This tire is not going to get anything. Spoiler alert. So what's going to happen here is very, very odd to me. So if we switch to Libero, I'm going to play at 1 speed. This is the actual speed. And Libero has 2 concussion mines, mind you. And for some reason, he doesn't use it to get out. And now he's just putting himself in a very awkward position. Tries to use it very late and just doesn't. It was just way too late. Like, instantly after that tire goes down, you should know they're pushing and just get the fuck out of there, you know? And that's going to cost them right there. Jonek and Libero going down. That's going to cost them point A. So I'll play that one more time, and it's just really, really weird that he didn't. Like, why is he waiting? Go. You know the halt's there. You don't know where Roadhog is. Fell asleep there. And now Gladiators is going to take the first point. Alright, so we are on the second point here for the attack of the Gladiators. And Surefour has his Dragon Strike, and DK is going to actually swap off the Widow, and he's going to go Sombra. Sombra going to be so powerful here on this second point of 2 CP. If they can get a clean wipe, that's going to help them be able to secure that second capture point for the Gladiators here on Temple of Anubis. And then we have Roar, who's close to his Bongo. Void, 4% on his ultimate, and then Goose and Shaz, they're going to swap off of, who were they again? I forget. Okay, yeah, Goose was Bap, and then Shaz was Zenyatta. So Void's going to go Diva instead of Hog here. So that's going to not have any halt hook for them, obviously. So they're going to have to find picks other ways. Excelsior not going to be playing Hog Orisa. They're actually going to be playing... so Libero actually is going to swap off to the Doomfist. So he's going to swap to Doom. And Doom's great at brawling here on this second point of Temple of Anubis. It's just open area, and he can just get picks left and right here. There's lots of walls, lots of places to bang people into with your Rocket Punch. And then Nene is going to go with the Sombra. They're going to run Sombra Dive here with Mono and Meko as the Winston and the Diva. And then Jonak is going to be playing the Ana, and Anamo has his Valk here. He's going to be playing the Mercy. So let's see what happens first. So first things first, I want you guys to focus on Nene, the Sombra here at the bottom left of your screen. He's going to be looking to stage the dive. Now the Dragon Strike comes and separates the healers. This is a good Dragon Strike by Surefour to separate the healers and make it difficult for them to find and relocate their team as the Gladiators try to push in and get as much damage as they can onto the tanks of the Excelsior before the healers can come in and help them. And at the same time, you're going to have Nene come around the back here on the right of your screen, the blue Sombra, and try to get a hack onto one of the healers. And that's going to initiate the dive. Now, what I want you to focus on after this hack comes on is the play from Big Goose, the Brigida. So what's going to happen here is they're going to get the hack onto Ana here, it's gonna be Shaz that's gonna get hacked, and I want you to look at Big Goose. I'm gonna flip to Big Goose. What he's gonna do is, so what did he do? We missed it already. I want you to watch Big Goose here. What he does here to help stop the dive is very, very good, and should be what every Brigida player aspires to do against the dive. So right now, you're going to have the Sombra come behind any second now. And they got the hacks on the Ana right now. You can see that shift, the knockback from Brigida's I forgot the weapon's called. Her mace, and that's going to knock back Mono. And then after that, he's going to get the stun on. So now Mono's dive is completely unaffected by Big Goose's play on the Brig. And you're going to see Mono die here shortly to Void. Yep, Mono dies. And at the same time, Nene does get the pick onto Surefour, but at the same time, DK is going to go ahead, and he's been pestering the Diva on the Gladiators, Void.
Much better.
And Divas are always great to hack because they provide so much ult charge. You get rid of their boosters, you get rid of their missile rockets, which does so much damage. So he first tries to get the Doomfist, doesn't get the Doomfist. Doomfist is actually an even better hack target because Doomfist is completely useless with just his shotguns when you hack him. So he's gonna get Meko. He's actually gonna have to reload. Calls out that Meko's hacked, and the rest of the team is actually gonna follow up. And you see Meko lost probably around, I'd say 300 health around there, and it's gonna get cleaned up. So Mano gets a pick. Or I'm sorry, Nene helps get the pick onto Mano, and then gets a pick onto Meko as well in her mech. So, great play from Big Goose, and good hack from DK. Good follow-up from the Gladiators in general. Surefour does go down, unfortunately. It's going to hurt the attack push here. But I'm very impressed with Big Goose so far in this series. Okay, so now I want you guys to focus on the healers from the Excelsior on this defense. So we're going to replay it here. This is before the initial dive onto the hacked Ana from the Excelsior. I want you to see how Jonak and Animo play this. So we're going to see the Dragon again, split them off. And right now Gladiators should be pressuring in, looking for a target. And that's what they're doing. But the Excelsior are able to pretty much go unscathed from that Dragon. And now Valk is going to get popped up. So what's going to happen here is they're going to initiate the dive, the XLR. And Animo is going to go to point and contest. So Gladiators are actually not even going to be able to get a tick on this attack because Animo is just going to be messing around on point, keeping them from getting that tick. And Roar's not doing anything. He's wondering whether he should help his backline, whether he should be pressuring Animo here. And now it's just Roar on point with his bongo. And Animo's the only one on point here, by the way, holding on to this. The only one contesting, while the rest of the team is diving. So if Roar's able to get a pick, or someone's able to kill the Mercy, it's going to be much easier to get that first tick. And instead, now the point's going to go ahead and be recontested by the Excelsior, and they're going to go through this fight without giving up a tick. And I want you to see what was part of the reason why they were unable to get a tick. It wasn't just Animo, it was also Jonak making a huge ante. So I want you to look at the Ana here in blue. Jonak. So what's going to happen is, let's replay it again. So let's actually go to Jonak's perspective. Okay. So right now, he's just hanging around here, playing safe, good angle, in a place where he's in a place where he can have sightline on his team, but the enemy team has to really commit if they want to go and attack him, being in this back area, right? So he has sitting here, he's just moving around this this pillar or this rock, and he has sightline onto his team somewhat, but he is out of sightline from the enemies. They're going to really have to commit. As you're going to see, Void have to make a play and actually move towards Jonak if he wants to do anything against him. And as a result, Jonak's relatively safe here throughout the fight. And you're going to see that ante comes in. That ante hits Brigitte, and it also hits DK. So what does that mean? That means DK is going to have to recall, and Brigitte is going to be at like 60 health. She's also hacked. So right now it went from 4 people being able to fight on this point with the bongo here. So you have Roar right there, the Orisa. You have Void right there, the Diva, and you also had Brigitte and you had Sombra. And DK was coming close to EMP as well. But the thing is, now that they're purple, DK is going to have to recall, or that's at least what he's going to do. He doesn't have to. And then Brigitte is just going to be stuck at 60 health going to point. And you see the recall there from DK, and now the nano as well. And you saw, did you see the sleep? I missed that for you guys. So there's a sleep as well that lands from Jonak. So we'll see it from Jonak's perspective. Heals up his Doomfist. And now he's gonna throw this ante, perfect, right in the middle, right on the spot. And he gets the shot in. Then he gets pushed by Void because Void knows he has to commit to Ana if he wants to kill him. 1 HP with the sleep. Heals up his Mercy and then finally dies because he didn't have his E yet. Very, very impressive stuff from the healers on this attack, or on this defense. And that's going to keep them from giving up that first tick on this attack. So this next fight is going to be a pretty chaotic one, and what I want to highlight in this fight is, before we do anything, let's talk about the ultimates. So if we look at the ultimates from the Gladiators, we have EMP, and we also have Bomb's going to come online. Probably going to be close to Rally, if not at Rally, and then we're going to have Nano as well. So Libero is going to have his Meteor Strike, and that's going to help him get out of any sticky situation. Nene is going to have EMP, and Monkey Mano should have Primal, and then Meko is going to have her Diva's going to have her Bomb. Okay, so those are the ultimates we're working with. Both teams are going to have EMP, so those should cancel out. Both teams are going to have Bomb. What's going to be the difference maker here? What are the win conditions? For Gladiators on this attack, yeah, no real obvious win conditions here for me. Yeah, we'll see how it plays this. Let's see how this plays out. I honestly don't know what the win conditions are. If you guys can answer this question for me, what are the win conditions for both sides? For the Excelsior, I mean, I guess the win conditions would just be get as much value from the EMP as possible, and try to get the Sombra from the other side to recall or force a recall, something like that. Something with the Sombras, because Sombra's EMP is going to be the most powerful ultimate here, obviously. And then if you can capitalize on top of that ultimate, I guess the win condition here for the Gladiators is EMP, and then capitalize on that with popping your Rally with Big Goose, and having Big Goose not get EMP'd himself. That would be probably what my win condition here would be if I was the Gladiators. But we'll see how this plays out. So right now, I want you guys to see where the tanks are set up. Tanks are set up here on the high ground doing some scouting. But I actually want you to see where Doomfist is set up. So Doomfist is going to be split from his team here. So as the scouting ends and they start to fall back, the tanks. So Mano's going to get anti. He's going to fall back, and then Meko's going to go with him. He's going to get pressured off the high ground. So what we're going to see here is that Meko is over here fighting with the McCree. They're just poking, posturing over here. And then what you're going to see is Sombra DK is going to hack this Doomfist. And again, like I said, Doomfist hacked is completely powerless. He has nothing but his hand cannon, and that hand cannon is not going to do anything, okay, against a well-coordinated team that's going to attack him. So what's going to happen here is Decay is going to hack Libero, and what I would have loved to see from Libero here was actually better positioning, because you know there's a Sombra on the other team. You know Decay is on Sombra. He has his EMP, so he's been playing Sombra for this the second point attack since the beginning of it. And I would have liked to see him stay closer to his healers. He's with the Mercy, yes. Mercy's going to fall back, and he's still going to stay. And he's putting himself at large risk now. His healers are not with him. They're not in a position where they can help him if he does get hacked. He doesn't know where Sombra is, and he's playing this a little bit too aggressive of a position if I'm him. And so you'll see here, as the Gladiators start to push in, they're going to get the hack onto Libero. Let's look at the ultimates here again. So, okay, so the halt comes in, and then I want you guys to see that Meko is unable to get that halt. I don't expect Meko to get that halt, but it just lets you know how hard it really is to. It's such a split-second decision to see that halt come out, and it can be right-clicked once again by Roar whenever he wants to, and it's a tough play to make. I think that this is Libero's fault, not necessarily Meko's. But I want you to see the ultimates here. So we have, again, EMP on both sides. Libero is going to have his Meteor Strike, both tank ults from the Excelsior to help stall. And so it's good ult rotation here. So if you can see here from the ultimates on the Excelsior, you want to have the tank ultimates and the support ultimates on a rotation. So they can stall this fight with the two tank ultimates, and the next fight they can stall with the two support ultimates. So good job with the ult economy here. And then Gladiators are going to have EMP, they're going to have Bomb, and then they should have Rally as well. Shaz is going to have his Nano Boost. Let's see how this plays out. So Doomfist gets hacked, and then you can see the follow-up from the tanks on the Gladiators, and they all collapse on him, and that's the aggressive positioning from Libero there when there's a Sombra on the other team. EMP comes out from Nene as well, and this is going to be huge to help alleviate a lot of the pressure that's on the Excelsior from that 5v6 that just occurred, but a great sleep from Shaz. And okay, so Nene is gonna have to recall here because he just got stunned when he was attacking the Orisa. And so the EMP not going to have much value here for the Excelsior. Now, this is a great chance for the Gladiators to push if they choose to, because yes, they did just lose. I'm sorry, Excelsior lost Libero still, so this is a great chance for the Gladiators. They're still 6v5. Bomb's going to come out because Void was pressured. And now, as the Gladiators push in, let's see where this goes wrong, because they don't end up winning this team fight. So they collapse on the D.Va. That's fine. Collapse on Meko, but Meko has bomb. And Meko does a great job throwing this bomb in a good position. Look at the position of this. Right in the center of this bridge area. Great bomb. Great placement. You can see the line of sights here. Beautiful bomb. Absolutely beautiful bomb. And that's going to get Shaz. So now the Gladiators are in trouble. And Rally has already been popped. But I want you guys to know where the Orisa is here for the Gladiators, where Roar is. Roar is on point with nobody really to help him except... Okay, so now Decay's there. And now Brig's there. But what happens later in this fight? So, where's Surefour? Surefour and Void are not with the rest of their team. They're pressuring this Doomfist. Doomfist meteor strikes. At this point, I'd like to see Surefour start push to point and help out his team on point. They have rallies, so you can get the armor from Brig. It'll help out Void too, who's low on health. They hack the monkey, but he gets nanoed, and they're still gonna end up pressuring the monkey. So maybe the call is out here, monkey, 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 and Surefour starts pushing the monkey because of that. It's just a messy fight, and you still have Roar on point as the Orisa, and he's gonna have to fend off against. He's going to have to fend off against this Excelsior attack. So let's take a look at what happens down there by the Mega. So here's the bomb again. Brig falls. And then Mano should pop up here any second now. He's going to get hacked from the EMP from Decay. So they commit Rally and they commit EMP. They get Monkey, but this is a great nano here from Jonak. Because right now, Mano can't pop Primal. Like, this is the window for them to kill Mano. And I guess that's fine. That's a fine play from Surefour to drop down there and push, and from Brig too. But the only problem is you're leaving your Orisa alone. And that's the problem with playing Orisa if you're going to be playing with D.Va. The Orisa attack is kind of questionable. And so, right now, they hack the monkey. A lot of pressure being applied. This is a great play from Libero before the stun can come in from Surefour. So I want to see this from Surefour's perspective. Why couldn't he stun Libero? So there's the bomb. There's the stun on Libero. So did he still? Was his stun? His stun was still on cooldown. Yeah, there's nothing he can do here. Libero finds a good window, gets McCree, and then Decay goes down as well. So, and here's Orisa, not able to help her team at all, and stuck on point. So that's the issue with running an Orisa here on the attack if you're the Gladiators. Provided no value to that team fight other than being on point and contesting, and not able to help out with Mono, just kind of stuck doing your own thing over here on point was Roar, and it might have cost them. They did get the first tick, but it might have cost them actually winning this team fight as a whole. Alright, so let's move on here to the next attack for the Gladiators on their second phase of Temple of Anubis. Let's take a look at the... Sorry about that. Let's take a look at the ultimates from Gladiators. Gladiators are going to have Deadeye, and then we also are going to have Nano. The Nano is going to be applied to the Deadeye to help the target acquisition become quicker. And then the Roar, the Bongo from Roar is going to be what is really going to help seal this victory if they can get good, use out of that. I don't know about when Shaz using the Nano here onto Surefour for his Deadeye. I guess it's fine because I watched this before and I know that Surefour doesn't get anything with it, so I do have that bias. looking at this. But, however, I think that I do think that using the nano boost to someone who is in the middle of a fight with the bongo, so it's plus 50% with the bongo, and it's plus 50% with the nano boost, and that makes it's additive as far as the damage addition goes. So it's going to be plus 100% to whoever has the nano applied to them. That's why I would like to see it apply to someone like a diva in the middle of a fight, a brig in the middle of a fight, and not so much just a McCree who's probably going to have everyone zoned out of his Deadeye to begin with. But we'll see. Well, I know how it plays out, but, you know, take that with a grain of salt, I suppose. And you're going to have Winston with his Primal Rage here from Mono. That's going to be the only ultimate on the Excelsior. So keep in mind that Excelsior are at a ultimate disadvantage here. All they have really is a sustain with Mono. And I'm going to let it play here. You're going to see Mono gets aggressive. But actually, before Mono gets aggressive, take note again of what I mentioned earlier with the Doomfist positioning. Libero is at a super aggressive position here. When you know there's a Sombra on the other team, you're putting yourself at complete risk to get dove on. And I don't know why he didn't learn his lesson from the last fight, but he's up here. His Diva's gone. You're by yourself. Your healers are nowhere near you. Okay, you have Ana, but still, is that really going to be enough when the whole team is going to target you once you're hacked at the beginning of the fight? You're at an ultimate disadvantage, and this death here from Libero is going to really cost this team. So he's hacked, gets pushed from above, from Void, and the rest of the team collapses on him too. Shortfire ends up getting the final kill, the final blow. And now it's a 6v5 and your team has ultimate disadvantage. And I think that's what really spiraled it. So again, I think poor positioning here from the Doomfist, from Libero. When you know there's a Sombra on their team, you need to be playing closer with your team. I'd love to see Libero in a position like here or over here, and not in that aggressive position up there. I think that would have been much better for the Excelsior here on this defense. I think that's a large reason why they end up losing this point. So now I'm going to let this play out. Oh, what the fuck? Sorry, I DC'd from the server for some reason. We'll play that again. So we already saw this. Doomfist falls. And now you're going to see Mono being hyper aggressive here. He's trying to look for a dive on the back line here. They call the McCree. Okay, no. Great peel there from Void to help with the Winston in the back. And now there was no help for him anyway, so it was just Mono going in alone. And now he's just going to pop his... It's going to pop his Primal and take out the Bongo, help disposition the Orisa, but it's not really going to do much here. The Bongo finally goes down to Nene, and now Shoreford gets a kill here onto Nene. Here's the thing, though. Like, I was absolutely impressed with Void in this fight. So let's play this again. And we're going to take a look at Void's POV from this fight, because he does so much here to help his team that goes unnoticed, not in the stats. So that's the first thing. He helps with the hack. He plays with his Sombra so well in this fight, so he helps clean up on that hack. I mean, nothing really to write home about there, but then he helps out, peels for his team with the Winston. Schiffer probably would have been fine by himself, but still, just there to help his team. And now you're going to see what he does on... So he sees that his... He sees that his Sombra has slept, and he knows that anti is going to be coming in at any second. And what this defense matrix does, one, it stops the anti from being thrown. So if we switch to Jonak here, Jonak wants to throw his anti. Jonak wants to throw his anti here, but he's not going to be able to because of the defense matrix. And he sees the defense matrix. And when he finally throws it, when his DM comes online, it gets eaten, and so the defense matrix lasts just enough time to eat that anti, and that's huge because now Decay doesn't have to recall, and Decay can continue in the fight. And what does that mean? That means when Decay gets up, he's going to be able to look for a hack. And what he does now is he pressures Meko, and he ends up getting the hack on Meko, stops him from using his boosters and getting on the high ground, puts him in a completely isolated position from his team, and they're able to get that DMAC. So big brain play from Void there. sees his Ana or his Sombra slept and prevents the Ana from throwing the anti that he knows is going to be coming any second. Beautiful job. These are the things you miss when you're just watching it live, man. Like, I love the replay viewer. And from here on out, it's just a devolved team fight. And Gladiators go on to win it. So Void really impressed me there on that fight. Beautiful job from the Gladiators. Beautiful job from Void. And that first round's going to go to the Gladiators. And now we have the attack from the Excelsior. And we'll take a quick look at the composition. So for the Gladiators on defense, we're going to have a Mei to go along with the Orisa Hog. And then we're going to have a Hanzo as the off DPS. And then Goose and Shaz are going to be the Bap and Ana. So no Mercy, and that's going to be risky here. If you're playing point A on a 2CP, not having that Mercy is going to hurt in case anyone goes down. So we'll see how that plays out. And then Libero is going to be playing the Mei here, and then they're also going to have Orisa Hog. So the Mei is going to be on both sides here to help put that wall up in case anyone gets halt hooked, and try to prevent that with the Mei wall. Nene is going to be playing the Hanzo, so we're going to see Mira here from the DPS and from the tanks. And then Jonak is going to be on the Zen instead of the Ana here to help provide some damage, some extra damage. And pause right here. And we also have Animo on the Baptiste. So hopefully get that amplification matrix early and apply pressure. Let's see how this plays out. So the first thing I want you guys to look at is Jonak and what Jonak does here. So gets the Hail Mary 5 ball kill onto Shaz, and that's always a good way to start off your attack if you're the NYXL, to get Jonak in a nice little 5 ball to make things easier. And there's no Mercy again, Bap instead of Mercy. So we'll see how this ends up working for the Gladiators in this 5v6. Both teams halting. No Mei wall from Libero. He's going to actually use his shift instead. I believe he might... Was it on cooldown? Was that the reason he chose to? Because you're going to want to put a wall up instead of using your shift. You only use your shift if your wall is not ready yet, so we'll see. Okay, yeah, he used his wall. And so his only option here is to shift. That's fine. So what you're also going to see is a halt on to the Gladiators. And so the Hog hooks the other Hog. The Gladiators Hog hooks the Excelsior Hog. Immortality Field comes down from Goose. And the wall comes up from Decay to try to trap the Hog. And Mono does a great job helping his off tank out. And they're able to restabilize. So great help there from Mono. Now you're going to see the Gladiators start to fall back to point, concede that high ground. Here's the thing though. Libero was not ready for this halt hook at all. And Libero's been kind of slow today. So he had the Junkrat concussion mine came out late to get out, and that costed them the first point on defense. Then he had some weird positioning with Doomfist when he should know that there's a Sombra on the other team. And now you can see making another mistake here. Perhaps a mechanical one with reaction time. So right now it's fine. He didn't have his wall up yet. Applies pressure, applies pressure. Gets frozen. It's fine. As soon as that halt comes out, oh, he's reloading. You can still put your wall up when you're reloading. So he gets hooked here, and really he should die. He's at 10 health. Barely gets out of the situation, but it could have been really bad for the Excelsior here, and he's really lucky he was able to stay up. So play this around. Here is the one error I have with Big Goose so far this series. So Goose, if we replay this, look at his positioning as his team starts to move towards the point. So Shaz goes down. Immortality Field goes down, that's fine. Pressure's coming. Preemptive, make them focus on that Immortality Field instead of your teammates. And now as they start to fall back, he's split from his tanks and he's gonna go into this tiny little corner, and like there's no way he's gonna get out of here unless he can jump up. Oh, I think that's maybe what he was going for. Was he was trying to so you know Baptiste has his hops, so he can get up top of this high ground, and that's probably what he was going for. But unable to make it, is what I guess. I initially thought this was a positioning error, but I can see what he was trying to go for here if he was trying to make that jump. And yeah, he tried to make that jump and it just didn't work out. He's got that Discord on him, and yeah, he's gonna get destroyed there by Nene. So misses his jump, but he's still I still might have liked to see him stay with his tanks and go in this room with them instead of going on that high ground. Because he's gonna get split, and then he can easily get pressured by Nene. Because Surefour is going for the flank here, and Surefour nowhere to be found to pressure Nene there when Nene gets that pick on a goose. So I'm kind of curious as to what Surefour's line of thinking was here. So watch it from Surefour's perspective. Go third person. He's Discord. He gets out of the Discord. This is fine. And now this is the tight window of opportunity for the Excelsior as Surefour goes on this flank and is providing absolutely no value. And there goes Big Goose. So those tiny windows make the biggest difference. Even that 1 second. I like the flank idea. It's not really, I mean, it's just unlucky, you know. It's not much you could do there. And then now Amplification Matrix comes out. And then Jonak just going to make another play here through the Amp Matrix. Going to get Surefour with his orbs. And pressure here onto the tanks onto Mei and on Orisa. Good wall here to block off. This is actually a great wall here from Liber to block off the Gladiators from coming back in from spawn. The Haga and Ana are trapped and can't really help. And now they're able to restabilize, but it's just too much power from the Excelsior right now in the 6v4, and they're going to end up taking a point. So yeah, just unlucky that Surefour got Surefour was going on a flank there. It's unlucky that Big Goose was I guess it is a mechanical error that he didn't hold his crouch long enough and get his hops up. But he probably still would have died to Nene there. Nene had found that small window of opportunity where there was no Surefour and took advantage of it by getting the kill onto Big Goose. And yeah, the Excelsior are going to take the first phase here on Anubis. Okay, so moving here into the next team fight, we have on the side of the Gladiators who are defending, we're going to have Dragon Strike, we're going to have Blizzard, and we're going to have Bongo as the 3 ultimates. And then mid-fight, we should be able to have the 2 support ultimates, the Amplification Matrix and the Nano Boost. Now with the Excelsior, we're going to have Blizzard, Dragon Strike. Blizzard is going to come a little later. Dragon Strike should be soon. We should have Bongo and Whole Hog mid-fight, and then we're going to have Trans here soon, and Animo's going to have Amplification Matrix here soon as well. So lots of ults on both sides, and we'll see how it plays out. So the Excelsior are going to elect to go left side here. And there's a call out here that's happening, and you're going to see Surefour rotate back. And what he's going to do is he's going to take this great position here. So it's right by his health room. And he has this invincibility if he wants to go back into there. It's a quick jump back if he wants to do that. What he's also able to do is have a great line of sight into this room. And he's going to throw this Sonic Arrow right now. It's going to help his team get ready for this Blizzard that Decay is about to throw. You can see Decay right here in this room. And what they want to do is they want to throw the Blizzard out and they have the Dragon Strike be to the, not on top of the Blizzard, because that's going to be where they're going to be able to clean up, but behind the Blizzard so that they can separate the rest of the team or even get a pick. So you see the Blizzard here, and then a poorly placed wall by Decay. I would have liked to see the Blizzard a little bit deeper. The Dragon Strike I would have liked to see a little bit deeper as well. So it's not going to really do anything here. Immortality Field comes out. It wouldn't have gotten a pick even if they didn't use Transcendence. I think they would have been able to keep the Hog up. But Trans does come out as well, and now the Gladiators only have Bongo here for their defense. And you're gonna see the unlucky play that's gonna happen to Roar here. So he's gonna try to put his bongo down here in a safe location. But what's gonna happen is when he starts, so this is a safe location to put your bongo down here. But what's gonna happen is when he starts to use his ultimate, he's gonna get ulted, and the bongo is gonna be placed in the middle of the open, right in front of an amplification matrix, and that shit is going bye bye. Sorry, I didn't mean to go back there. So we'll see it again here, but from a different perspective. Huh. Yeah, unlucky. So there's that. There's the Transcendence. And now Bongo. Yeah, unlucky. Bongo's just going to get obliterated. And now the 200 IQ play here from the Excelsior. They're going to trap the... I don't know if this is deliberate or not, but they're able to trap whoever's in this corner here. They're going to have to stay there unless they have the mobility to jump over. So let me pause this. They're going to be able to trap the tanks here, and they're not going to have the mobility to go over, so they're just going to be stuck here unless they want to cross here right into the line of sight from the amplification matrix, and obviously you don't want to do that, so they're just going to be trapped there. And what's going to happen is Libero is going to put a wall up right here, and it's going to block them from wanting to go here. They're going to be stuck into this location, and after that, the Blizzard's going to be thrown in, and then the Dragon Strike's going to be thrown through the wall, and you're going to see this play out. It's beautiful play by the Excelsior. So right now, the tanks are stuck in this corner. Blizzard comes out, great wall from Libero, and the Dragon from Nene is going to do the cleanup. So that's actually a great job from the DPS there. And there's nothing that the healers from Gladiators can do. Decay gets all hooked. Nothing can happen there. So getting stuck in that corner is very, very dangerous. This corner right here, getting stuck in that corner against Excelsior push from the left when they have a Mei and a Hanzo, don't do it. Like, try to play more to the right if you're going to be playing this defense, because if you're going to be playing up close and you're going to have to rotate here and you're playing against a Mei and a Hanzo, be careful. I would play closer here so you can have that rotate back in case there's any danger. And you can see that amplification matrix right there was able to completely shut off this rotate back from the tanks. And so beautiful play there from the Excelsior with the Dragon and with the Blizzard. And unfortunate for Roar that his bongo had to be placed where it was, but unlucky. Okay, so on this point, I want you guys to focus on the difficulty that Meko has to go through by playing the defensive diva here against a Hogarissa. So let's look at the comps real quick. If we go to the pen, so we have double sniper from the Gladiators, and we're gonna have Orisa Hog for the Gladiators as well. So no Mei, they're gonna be susceptible to any halt hooks. The thing is though, Meko is gonna be playing diva and not Hog, so no risk here. They can run double sniper, and they can always switch to Mei if they do see a Hog. And then Big Goose and Shaz are going to be playing the Bap and Zen. And now Excelsior are actually going to run the Mercy here on the first point of 2 CP to help alleviate any pressure that comes with a fallen teammate and get that 6-man back. And then Jonak's going to be playing the Zen, and Mono's going to be on Orisa. And then we're going to have the Widow and Junkrat as we saw last time. But here's the thing with the Junkrat and Widow this time. It's just a little weird how they play this. So the Junkrat's not even going to be pressuring like he was the last time, farming his tire. Because you guys remember last time he was farming early. Okay, now he is. Never mind. He's doing it now. I take that back. But now they decide to actually fall back to point. I guess I think they're losing the shield war and they just got to back up. And so, you know, a lot of space given for free here from the Excelsior, as you can see. The Gladiators are allowed to just move right through the choke without any effort whatsoever. And you can see that Nene is going to be posting up right here on the top left. He's going to get pressured by the Hog, gets out with his grapple. Does Nene, so good job there. And now here we're going to see the issue with running Orisa and D.Va. So pay attention to Meko here. So the Orisa right now, her shield, let's watch this again. I want you to notice how quickly the Orisa shield goes down and how much trouble the Orisa is in. So right now she has Discord, or she has, is it Harmony or Discord? I believe it's Harmony. Let's look at Jonak. Yeah, he has Harmony on Orisa, so that's Harmony. But the shield's going to get destroyed, and it's going to be on cooldown here. So if we go to Mono, he has 2 seconds. 1, he's taking so much damage that Meko has no choice but to defense matrix here. So if we switch over to Meko, F10, yeah, he's going to have to... Okay, no, so he doesn't yet. Now he does. So now Mono's in trouble. He actually was able to hold his defense matrix there, and Mono was able to put his shield up before the defense matrix was necessary, but now Mono needs it because he just used his shield, and his shield's on 6-second cooldown, so he's going to ask for that defense matrix, or Meko's going to be smart enough to use it. But here's the problem. So yeah, that's a fine use of defense matrix, but now you're susceptible to Halt Hook, and your team better be damn well out of position from this Halt, and they're not. And Libero's going to get picked. So this is the issue with running Halts, of running Orisa D.Va. Because you're going to have to help Mono if you're not winning the shield war. But you're also going to have to help your team from Halt Hooks. And you can pick one, but not both. Because Defense Matrix has been nerfed, as we all know. Libero's going to go down. Decay does help out. Or sorry, Decay gets Libero. Nene is going to help out with that pick on a Surefour. And then Meko's going to go down trying to help out Libero. So he's going to get demeched. And they're able to get the res here, Animo is. And so that alleviates some pressure. And you can see how much space is going to be given up here from the Excelsior from this this weird yield of the whole first half of this defense. And I mean, they pretty much just gave up this. It was so weird. They decided to fall back immediately, and they gave up this whole area without any contest whatsoever. And so now you have another Halt, but there's no D.Va because she got demech trying to help out Libero. And you're going to see Libero fall, Nene's going to fall to Decay at the same time, and then Void's going to get Mecha with the Halt Hook. And this is the issue with running D.Va and Orisa. The D.Va has so many responsibilities, and Defense Matrix is so weak right now with the 2-second cooldown. And yeah, Animo has no chance there. So not running Hog and Orisa here is putting your team in dangerous position, because we saw last series that we analyzed with the with Coolmat, he was having a tough time running D.Va and Orisa, and the same issue was happening. He was not able to eat the Halts at the same time help his team with Defense Matrix. Okay, so now we're moving into the second phase here for the Gladiators, and what do we have as far as comps go? So we have a few different swaps going on. We still have the double sniper, we still have the Hog Orisa. Decay is going to have his sights here soon, and there's going to be a lot of ultimates here on the side of the Gladiators. Shaz is going to have his Transcendence soon. The only ultimate really not going to have, well, Goose can farm that up too pretty quickly, but he's not going to have it until mid-fight at the very least. And then Excelsior, they want to swap, Libero wants to swap to Genji here, which he'll do, but he's going to use his ultimate from spawn and then immediately swap. And then Nene is going to switch to Tracer. They're going to keep Mono on Orisa and not have him go Winston here. And then Meko is going to stay D.Va. Jonak has his Trans. Animo has his Valkyrie, so that's going to help with the sustain in the first fight here. So let's see how this plays out. Now right now, they have the sights out, so Excelsior going to just let them push in. Gave up a lot of ground early though. Actually, I want to play that back. Did they have to do that? So here, they're taking time swapping comps here. Mono, this is one speed. Mono's deciding whether he wants to go Orisa or not with his team. Finally elects to go Orisa, and at this point, their Gladiators are just going to push up the choke, and Excelsior aren't ready. They're just taking too long to switch comps, I suppose. And now you already see the Orisa setting up her shield on point, and Hog's on the bridge. And so that Halt's going to get eaten. Fine. And you still have Libero at spawn getting ready to use his tire. So he's adding no value right now. While they're in the middle of a fight, Transcendence finally comes out here from Jonak. Tire's going to come out, but Meko is a little late in assisting with this tire. And that's going to suck because... So let's see here. 0.25 speed. He's not with the tire at all. Not with the tire at all. Right now it's open to being shot. So they're all clumped up here. Even if the tire lands and takes out the immortality field, these guys are going to be really low health. So they're going to be able to be cleaned up if Nene and Meko are able to get on top of them. But here's the thing. Meko isn't with the tire right now. And the defense matrix just barely is too high. Or no, it's to the left, to the right. He misses it. Somehow, some way, Surefour gets the tire. And the defense matrix is useless. But wait, that's not even the worst part about it. Yep, you already know it. Meko used defense matrix. And that means Halt Hook is coming. And there goes Mono. So, using the defense matrix there for the tire, risky. If he lands a tire and they're able to clean up, it proves great, but they shoot the tire and it turns out to be awful for the Excelsior because now Bongo and Immortality Field, so Immortality Field is 100% plus damage amplification, and then you have Bongo, which is plus 50%, and the plus should be on the other side. So plus 100% and plus 50%. Damage addition, so that's going to be 150 total damage addition because the damage amplification is additive with the ultimates, and you know, try defending against that without a main tank. Even with the main tank, good luck defending that. But here's the thing though, the DPS from the Excelsior are so good and they're going to make plays here and help their team at least take this thing to overtime, because right now a 6v4 turns into a 4v4, and spawn advantage going to the Excelsior, they still have a shot, but so many ultimates on the side of the Gladiators. Surefour getting the pick, Roar getting a pick onto Jonak, Void getting Libero, and from here on out it's just Excelsior trying to stall. Chaotic fight. Fight's reached its devolve state, and now we're just going to see Excelsior hold on to dear life. Another amplification matrix. Dude, Baptiste gets his ult so fast. It's almost ridiculous. And there you go. Gladiator is going to take that one. So the D.Va defense matrix usage there, risky to use it on the tire and leave your Orisa wide open to Halt Hook, but that's what they elected to do. I do want to know actually whether Mono had his shift, because if he had his shift, that's a fine play for Meko to make. And I would actually consider that to be I'd actually consider that to be Mono's fault. So let's see here. Does he have his shift? He has his shift. Okay, this is Mono's fault. He should shift. He didn't even shift. That's a mistake on Mono. If he was the only one there and he could have used his shift. Okay, so yeah, that was unlucky by Meko. He did a fairly good job helping his teammate's tire get close enough, and then, you know, just unlucky with the pixel that wasn't on the tire there at the moment that Surefour shot it. And then Mono has to make that. He has to press shift. That's his fault. That he got Halt Hook there. All right, so that is the point right there to the Gladiators. Now you're gonna see the reset here from the Excelsior, and then we got almost 6 ultimates online for the Excelsior. And then they're going to elect to take this high ground again on the right. There's not much the Gladiators can do because their Orisa is... I mean, it's a static comp when you're running Orisa, so the Orisa is set up over here. I mean, the Orisa's not going to be able to contest that at all unless you want to play split and have your D.Va and couple people over here, you know, and get overwhelmed by the whole team, minus the roaming Sombra looking for the hack, it's tough. So, you know, you're going to have to play by the Mega on the low ground over there on the platform. So now Nene is looking for the hack onto the Mercy. He's actually not going to be able to get it, so it's a great halt there. He's going to have to recall, and Nanoblade is going to come out. But here's the thing. This bomb is supposed to be... So Void's over here. He throws his bomb, and it's supposed to go in here, I think, but it actually hits the roof of this house, and you know, that's very, very unfortunate. So we'll watch this again. So you see, as soon as he sees the dive come, Void, he's gonna throw his bomb, and the bomb is gonna land. Okay, maybe that was purposely set there. It's not a bad spot, but there is a bubble. So, no, that's not a good spot. I think he meant to throw it in here. If it was like at this spot, it would have been good, like right where my camera's at, but it landed right here. So, not a good bomb by Void. And there's so many ultimates for the Excelsior that they're going to be able to win this fight. They try not to use EMP if they don't have to here, so they can save it for the next fight. Don't know if beat was necessary there. In fact, I'd say it wasn't. They do get the... I'm playing it pretty slow motion, so as soon as you hear Bongo, it's not a bad idea to think beat. So we'll see how Animal played this. Switch his perspective. So they get the dive. And now he sees the pick in the kill feed, sees 2 picks. Yeah, I mean, those 2 picks came like as he was pressing Q, and he heard Bongo come out, so it's unfortunate that it happened at the same exact time, but it's not really Animal's fault there. I think that was fine. He pressed Q as far as his decision making. And now Surfer just gonna die. So good dive there. They were able to just win it purely based off of the Nano Blade, and not so much from you know, Nene being able to get a hack. Although you know, his presence was definitely felt here. There's nothing that the Gladiators could do with that static comp and the Orisa. They tried to help peel for whoever was being dove on, but the ultimates from the NYXL were just way too much for them. One more thing I want to note here: we're still on the dive that's about to happen right here with the Nano Blade. Shaz is still at 60%, so with that dive comp, like completely avoiding really any damage for most of this first point attack, Shaz isn't able to farm his Transcendence at all, and you know, that was really the win condition there if they wanted to win that. And Nene was ready with EMP in case he needed it after the Transcendence. So that's a very good composition right here. The Genji Sombra dive. If you can get up to this high ground, I like what Excelsior did here on their first point attack. Okay, so we're into the next fight here, and Libero's going to elect to go with the Reaper on the second point attack. And we have EMP from the Excelsior, we have Primal, and we have Bomb from Meko. So both sustain ultimates from the tanks, and then Gladiators have Transcendence. So the win condition right now for the Gladiators is have Shaz be hidden from the EMP that they know is going to be coming out anytime, and make sure that he can come in and get that Transcendence off without having been hacked. As far as Void goes, he's going to have to be looking out for any anti-nades, and that's the win condition for the Excelsior is to get that EMP on the Zen, and if not, if he's able to pull that trans out, then the anti-nade has to be impactful, and they have to be getting value from that. So we'll see how this plays out. Right now, the EMP gonna come out, and it does not get the Zenyatta. He's gonna be able to pop the trans and go help his team. Who's hacked right now? We have the Sombra hacked, we have the Orisa hacked, and that's it. So we have the 2 hacks right here. And one thing that you might be noticing is the teleportation from the Reaper. But Surfer ain't having none of that bullshit. Get into position. It's a huge pick right there. That Reapers would be so oppressive right now because there's going to be an ante coming in from Jonak over here, and it's a pretty fat one. So he gets, as you can see on the top of your screen, he gets Decay and he gets Roar, and he gets Void. So 2 of them are hacked. And Reaper would have been all over that shit if he was alive, but the huge play from Surefour right there to make sure Reaper isn't a problem at all. Good play by Shaz, good play by Surefour. Good play by Jonak as well. And then Mono's Monkey's not going to do much with his Primal at all. He is going to be able to get that final kill on a Roar, but it's not going to matter much. Excelsior is going to get cleaned up here, and Gladiators are going to win this first team fight. Alright, next team fight here for the Excelsior and the Gladiators. Excelsior on attack, looking to get that final point here and make it into another round of gameplay here. And what you're going to see is an EMP on the side of the Gladiators is going to be online, and Void's going to have his bomb for sustain. Moira should have her coalescence here soon as well. And then Excelsior, all they have is a nano that's going to go on to Winston. And then what's going to happen here is you're going to see Mono get nanoed. He's going to dive onto the back line and cause so much attention to be focused onto him. And that should hopefully open up things for the rest of the team onto the point. That's what's going to happen in theory. And that's what NYXL hope happens in theory. But we'll see if that's actually the case. So already he gets the Discord on him. He's going to put his barrier down. And now he's demanding the attention of 2 healers and the Sombra helping to go peel. So right now on the rest of the battlefield we see it's a 5v3, right? Because 1 versus 3 over here. And then that means that it's going to be 5 for the side of XL versus 3 from the side of the Gladiators. So right now is the chance for Excelsior to make something happen, and it's taking a while. It's taking a while to get the hack off. Where's Reaper and make a play? EMP comes out onto Mono, prevents him from making the jump out of there, and they get the kill on him. But he did his job and made space and got attention, but the window of opportunity is closed now. Libero does get the pick on Aurora, but you're going to see a huge play here from Shaz to get that shot onto Libero. Does get the help from his teammates as well. And you know, that tight window of opportunity that was made available from Mono jumping in. Mono perhaps should have waited a little bit longer for his team to get into position. We'll look at this again. He jumps in pretty early with the nano. I would have liked to see them maybe be a little bit later with this nano applied. He gets applied right away. And that's going to... so this pressure is being applied very, very early onto the healers. Probably could have waited until Reaper was a little bit closer, because now he has to shift in. And by then, Mono's already dead. And yeah, Shaz makes a good play. Coalescence is out. So would like to see it come out a little bit later there, but they're probably just trying to, they probably knew that this fight was lost because of the ultimates that Gladiators had. They probably just tried to force out EMP. So not the worst thing in the world that they lost that fight early. At least they can now regroup and have one more push. Alright, so we're coming into game-winning territory here for the Gladiators. They actually have 4 ults. They have Dragon Strike, they have Bongo, they have Bomb, and they have Trans. And they're going to have the intel from Decay that they're going to be coming right. Interesting position here from Roar on that left area, the white Orisa. And then from the side of Excelsior, all they have is B. So we'll see how they play this. Tight choke here. Coming out right into Bongo if they decide to do that. But big brain Nene goes for the hack onto the Bongo. So many ultimates popping right now. The thing with throwing a bomb in here is that any person who is going to be susceptible to a bomb can use a pillar here, defense from below right here. And the thing about pillars is you can defend from any angle because it's a cylinder, right? So I can, if the bomb's straight ahead, I can defend there. If the bomb is where it's at right now, I just turn a little bit, and I'm defending from here. You can see JoNX going to do that exact same thing. And so is Meko. And now Meko, they're going to battle the Sombra in here. And Decay is going to elect to get out. Here's the issue I had with the Gladiators here. I mean, it's fine that they use their ultimates there to try to get a pick. There's nothing wrong with that. The Dragon Strike was good. The bomb was not bad. What I would like to have seen here was Shaz not pull out his Transcendence. So if we play this, he's actually going to pop his Transcendence here for, I think, like actually no reason. So look at all his teammates' health. Completely fine, no pressure whatsoever. Maybe he pops it as defense against Animo's B just to like kind of cancel it out. But like nobody needs any healing. And so he uses his trans. Monkey's not going to do anything. Doesn't need to pop trans just for that. You can see they take out the bongo. Libero does. And they have no Transcendence now. And what you're going to see is Mono knows this, and he's going to try to pressure Shaz. And so now the dive comes in to go for the Zenyatta. And dive tanks go in, and they get Shaz, and he doesn't have his trans to use. So yeah, Nene goes down, and Nene was close to EMP as well. So that sucks, but because Shaz goes down, Roar goes down. They could have used the trans to help with Roar's attack from the Reaper. Now there's a Nano Reaper on point, and it's going to be hard to defend. The fight's in a chaotic state now. Now it's just stalling as long as you can. Hopefully you can figure out a way to win it. Played at 1 speed, so the EMP goes there from Decay. But you're going to have a EMP as well from the Excelsior to cancel that out. And the fight's going to go in favor of the Excelsior. So questionable Transcendence there from Shaz. And we're going to go to another round, round 5. Okay, so now we're on the next attack here from the Gladiators. Should be the last fight for both teams. Only have a minute each. What we're going to see is Double Sniper, Orisa Hog, Baps Zen from the Gladiators. And then we're going to see Hanzo Widow, so Double Sniper from the Excelsior, and then Orisa Hog, and then Zen Mercy. Mercy there to help with the res in case anyone falls, and disadvantage with the spawn. So, what does this mean? This means that neither team having a Mei opens them both up to halt hooks because there's nothing to defend. You don't have a Diva, you don't have a Mei, you don't have a Zarya. Both teams are open to halt hooks. It's whichever team can land their hooks is going to be the winner of this fight. So as far as the shield war goes, Gladiator is going to be going to win that.
30 seconds remaining.
There's not even a shield down there for the Gladiators. So that demands the Excelsior move back, but Mono elects to move left and ends up getting picked and he doesn't fall back. So that's going to cause the res to come in, which is a resource they're not going to have later in the fight now. So it's a mistake by Mono not falling back. And now the halt hook comes in. There's nothing that Libero can do about it because he's not Mei, and that means he's going to go down. But Nene gets the pick on a Decay, so that alleviates some pressure. Now it's a 5v5. You can see the supports here, or Zen at least, is going to be in the back with a mini. JoNX loves this back right area, and then Nene is going to go to the high ground. Mercy right here with the Hog. She's up there because of the res she had to go ahead and do. Now you're going to see the tanks from the Excelsior. Okay, so now we have the halt hook battle. Neither team able to land anything, but now the hook comes in after the halt for some reason. Maybe Meko's or Void's hook was on cooldown. So Meko's going to go down. Again, neither team having the Mei. If Excelsior had a Mei here, it could have probably prevented 2 deaths. And now Mercy not going to be able to res that. She probably wasn't going to be able to res that even if she had her resurrection because of the space that the Gladiators are now taking. And what the immortality field, or I'm sorry, the amplification matrix is going to do is this whole window is going to be pretty much closed for the Excelsior, which it would have been anyways because of the deaths. The two supports are just trying to hide until they can get some more assistance from the Genji coming from spawn. But the thing is, though, the Widow could have still been aggressive, and now she's going to try to flank to the high ground, try to cheeky kill, and not going to be able to do anything. Jonak's going to go down, Mono's going to go down, he pushed up there. I mean, it's just weird positioning errors from Mono. So, like, right here, the Hulk comes in, and now he's going to go to the stairs. Okay, like, I don't know why he wouldn't fall back. He's putting himself in the middle of the team. Or at least, maybe even a good idea here is for Mono to body block for the Hog. I mean, it's pretty extreme to ask this, but, you know, in theory, the shield goes down, right? Both teams going to be halt hooking. There's the halt and no hook because of the ledge right here, so neither team can land that hook with the halts. It's pretty funny. But now you use your shift if you're Mono, and I just like look at where Hog is and just try to prevent him from getting hooked. It's a lot to ask, but in theory that could be something that that Mono could do. But it's just weird for him to move right into the enemy team. I guess he would have died either way. He would have been out in the open on point. So really questionable not to have a D.Va or a Mei here. And of course, you know, neither team having a Mei is risky, but especially the Excelsior because they're the ones on defense. The Gladiators have the spawn advantage. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know why teams are electing not to have any halt hook defense. And so Gladiator's gonna go ahead and win that one. So odd positioning errors from Mono, not electing to fall back, and the halt hook. Neither team able to get anything with their halt hooks, but Gladiators able to land their hook, and they're gonna go ahead and take that first point. Now they got 30 seconds left. Okay, so now we got 25 seconds left here. Gladiators are going to push in. They're not going to have any ults. Shaz coming really close to Transcendence. Roar coming really close to Bongo. Then they're going to use his visor and then immediately switch to Hanzo. They're just going to get a scout. They're going to assume that they're going to be coming down middle now. They got the intel. Now he can go Hanzo instead. And Jonak's going to have Trans. Anamo's going to have Valk. Mono's going to have Bongo probably midway through the fight if it goes that far. So now again... okay, so now Meko switched to D.Va. He can eat the halts. Libero's just gonna apply spam with his his grenade launcher. Both teams pressuring. And the Libero spam actually ends up getting Shaz, and Shaz is 90% to Trans. And that is awful for the Gladiators. That Trans would have been so helpful. So gonna throw the halt up. Mono getting, Roar getting pressured. He has to fall off the ledge. And Void getting halted into the air. So what happens with the halt from Gladiators? Why couldn't Roar get a? Why couldn't they get a good halt hook here? So odd. Okay, oh, it gets eaten. I forgot that the D.Va was there. Okay. And the Discord. Shield war just in favor of the Gladiators with the Junkrats. Concussion mine out. Yep, that's gonna go in favor of the Excelsior. So sucks that you know, they say 9 times out of 10 Junkrat didn't mean to hit you with that grenade, but you know, it doesn't really matter if you die to it. So fortunate for Gladiators and Shaz, but they can still win this thing. They do get that first point. Alright, so on the defense here for the Gladiators on their final hold. Gladiators going to have double sniper, Orisa, D.Va. D.Va going to be there to eat the halts. Big Goose going to be on the Mercy. That's going to be there for res capability. In case anyone goes down, you got the spawn disadvantage, so you want the Mercy there. And then Shaz going to be on the Zenyatta. Excelsior going to have Orisa Hog. and a Mei played by Libero to help with any halt hooks, and then also to help them get through some of the chokes here. Nene is going to be playing Widow, Jonak on the Zenyatta, and Animo on the Baptiste. We'll see how this plays out. So actually, Nene going to switch to the Hanzo. And what XL are going to want to do here is just put a wall up and get through the choke. Go left. And now you're going to see the rotate here from the Gladiators. They're going to fall back behind the bridge. Now both teams just posturing each other. Ult comes in. Obviously no hook. And oh, missed that. Sure for. Hey boys, always remember to spam your arrows. Always remember to spam your arrows.
30 seconds remaining.
So get the pick on Nene. That's going to cause the Excelsior to hold off for a minute. Nene going to switch over to Widow so that he can still provide value from distance on that bridge. And Animo close to amp here, 70%. Wall's going to come up to help them move up. And this is where the odd play happens from the Excelsior. So they're going to move to point. Mono's already jumping, and Animo puts his amp down here. I don't know if this is deliberate or not to just keep the Gladiators from coming out, but you know, it's not going to get much value other than holding them in there. I suppose it's good at just isolating the team from coming to point. But you know, the team was already moving. Perhaps it could have just been used to. It could have been used better if it was on point against an actual attack. It's kind of just holding off for 10 seconds until Nene can come back. I guess that's okay. I mean, it's fine. It's not a terrible use of the ultimate. The thing is, though, Nene provides like no value here. So let's watch him come out of spawn and what he does. It's very weird. So peeks there. It's fine. They're holding off from the amp matrix. But like go on top. Oh, because of sights. So the Widow has sights, and but even if the Widow has sights, like you're just completely useless to your team. Now Sureforce is gonna push him with a pocket, and Decay, like he's not even gonna contest Decay at all here, while Decay has sights. And then what Decay's able to do is just get free reign onto the Zenyatta. So there's no communication about where the Widow is. Because if Nene knows that Decay's here, he should be fine to go on top of that bridge. Or on top of that high ground. The high ground up here. Right? Because that's not a threat if the Widow's here. So we'll go back to Decay. Now Decay lands a huge shot onto Jonak. And, you know, Animo's fucked. So he didn't go with his team. The App Matrix was used there, and he just kind of stood there. And now he's not with his team. He's hiding from a Widow. His team's going to get no value from him as they fight on point here. He does throw them the Immortality Field. Like, Animo's just screwed. He didn't go with his team. He used Amp Matrix in a weird position. And at the same time, Nene providing no value. And yeah, Surefor gets a pick on Animo. Shaz gets a pick onto Mono. And there's nothing that... there's nothing Excelsior can do here. So I want to watch this again from the perspective of Nene. Like, oh, he just got bodied by Surefor. Yeah, I was too scared to peek with sights up. And I mean, like in theory, you're really at a disadvantage if you're going against another Widow with sights. That's obvious. But your team was on the cusp of losing this match, so it might just be worth the risk, you know.
Cease your resistance.
That's the game. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. That was game 2 of the Gladiators and Excelsior on Temple of Anubis, and the Gladiators are the winners of the match, and both teams have a lot they need to fix. More so the Excelsior, I think. There's some missed timing, some poor positioning plays, and those definitely need to get cleaned up if we're going to see them make a deep run in the playoffs. They have the best record in the Atlantic Division, but that's not really saying much. Gladiators, on the other hand, really impressed me in this match. However, they did end up losing to Outlaws this week, so I'm actually curious as to how that happened. I'm going to have to take a look at that. But I do appreciate you guys tuning into this one, and if you like this video, lost connection to the server. If you guys like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and let me know what you thought about it in the comments, good or bad. And I really appreciate any feedback you give, and I'd love to hear what you have to say about the game as well. Was there something that you saw that I missed? Was there something that stood out to you? Please do let me know, and I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much.